Okay, so to install Kali Linux, first we need to download. So come to Google and type here Kali Linux download, and go to this first website kali.org. This is the official website of Kali Linux, and if you directly type the link, then you have to come to this download folder, and over here you'll get all the ISO images of the Kali Linux like this. You can download any one, like this is 64 version, this is live, and this is 32 version. You can download any one. If you have torrent, then you can click on this torrent and download the torrent file and download the file, or you can click here to directly download the image from the browser. So I have already have this, so I'll not download, so I'll cancel this. Okay, now the second thing we need is VirtualBox. So again, come to Google and search for VirtualBox download, and over here. Okay, so this is the first website, virtualbox.org. This is the official website. So just open it, and from here you can select your operating system. Like if you are doing this in Windows, select this one. If you are doing in Mac OS, select this one. So just click on it, and this will start downloading. I also have this, so I'll not download this. So okay, now we are done here. So after downloading and installing this VirtualBox, then we can open VirtualBox and it will get a dashboard like this. Okay, so basically if you see over here, I have lots of machines and images over here. So let's create a new one. You will not have all these things because this is my personal machines, and from here just select new, and here you can give any name. For example, I'm giving Kali Linux 20.4. So okay, now from here, if you want, you can change the machine directory folder, or you can keep it as default. Now if you type here Linux word, then this will automatically select Linux option. Don't change it, obviously this is Linux. So now from here, the version I'll recommend you, you can use this one as well. Okay, but I'll recommend you to use the Debian, because this is the Debian Linux. And if you're using 64-bit image, then say choose the 64-bit one, and if you're using 32-bit image, choose the 34-bit one. I have 64-bit image, so I'll click on this. Now from here, just specify some RAM according to your machine, and over here select this will be automatically selected. Create a new virtual disk and just select create, and this will just confirm all the information. And over here you need to give the size, like is the storage or hard disk, I can say, how much size you want to give to the machine space. So I gave it like 15 GB. It's more than enough, so like let's create. Okay, so we successfully created the system over here, but till now we haven't add the software over here. So select it and then click on settings, and a window will pop up like this. Now uh, best thing, you come to advanced over here, and from here click on this option, like choose this option. What this will do, this will help you to copy paste all the files from your host machine to your virtual machine, and from virtual machine to your host machine, like from Windows machine to this one. Okay, environment. Now if you come to system, select network, because obviously we need network, right? So from here you can uncheck this floppy. Nobody use floppy nowadays. Okay, disk block so time, you can, if you want, you can uncheck this. Doesn't matter, actually it doesn't matter. Base memory you can select. Okay, processor, okay, I'm keeping it as default as it is. If you want, you can increase it. Video memory you can increase. Nothing is required over here. Now this is very important, guys. In storage, here you will see it's written empty. So just click over here, and just go to this option, and from here select the file. So just choose the image. Sorry. So from here choose the file. So just it's in my download folder, so just from here select it and to OK, and everything is set. Okay, in network setting, make sure this is enabled, and this is enabled by default. And NAT is totally fine, but if you want to do penetration testing and other things, and if you want your system to be connected with your local machine or host machines, then you can select this bridge adapter. Like this is pretty good. uh, Anything whatever you feel like, let's keep it as NAT, whatever it is. So okay, so okay, now it's everything is done right now. Okay, so we'll select OK, and everything is done. Okay, now from here just select start, and this will start the machine. Now we just loaded the computer system, gave the software, and but now we have to install it. And if this window pops up, then you can just simply cross it. Nothing will happen. And okay, so our machine has started. Okay, now from here just select graphical install. Now Now over here select your language, like I'm selecting English. So let's continue. From here you can select your country, like I'm from India, so select the country. Now from here select the keyboard specification you want, like I'm selecting British English, and let's continue. Now this is detecting everything and installing all the medias and other things. Now this is mounting the image right now. Now this is actually adding all the other additional dependencies over here. Okay, so it's done right now. Now let's wait for it. Now network is detected. You don't have to do anything. This will do everything automatically. Now from here, choose a name for the machine. So let's skip Kali, or like let's get my name. I'm choosing my name. You can keep it default, doesn't matter. Now in domain name, just keep it blank. You don't need to specify anything. Now here the full name of the user. So I'm providing my name. Now let's hit continue. Now here this is the username for that user. We just provided the name. I'll keep it as default. If you want, you can change. Now from here, give the password. Again, confirm the password. Hit enter, and this will set up your clock according to your time zone. Now from here, just choose this first one. Use entire disk. Obviously, if you want to use entire disk. Now continue. Over here, if you see these two options, choose the first one only, like continue. Okay, now just finish, and you get write changes to disk. Yes, we want to change this to disk, and continue over here. Now this is gonna install basic systems, basic request systems only. Now after that, we have a long process to go. Okay, so this is done, and now this is configuring all the app. Okay, so this is a very long process, guys. So it need to install the software. So we have to select the softwares over here. So let's wait for those options. Okay, so over here you can select all this, but this will take a hell lot of time. So if you want, you can just uncheck anyone if you may like or something. But it's okay. Recommended tool, it's default. Yeah, obviously we want that, so I'll continue. Now this is gonna take a lot of time, like 20 minutes or 30 minutes depending on your PC and your internet speed. So I'll just fast forward it and skip the part. Now the bootloader is installing. Okay, so over here select yes, we need the bootloader install. Now this is the important step. Don't go just click on it. Select this one. Okay, select the second option, and then let's continue. Okay, now the bootloader has installed. Now it's already done. This was the final step, guys. Now option will pop up and we'll select continue. That's it. The installation will be finished. Okay, if you see here, the installation is finishing right now. So the installation is completed. Now just continue and this will finish installing, and this system will just reboot. Then we can just successfully log in into our Kali Linux. So it's rebooting now. Okay, so it's done. Now from here select enter the first option. So here is our login. Now we'll type the username. My username was Anirban and the password which we gave, and hit enter, and we successfully logged in. Now to make it full size, go to view and click on full screen mode. So if you see, it's right now in full size, and we can do everything we want. Now one more thing is there, after installing Kali Linux, you should always do an update and upgrade. So this will update and upgrade all the packages which are installed over here and to the latest version. So just open your terminal over here. Just open a terminal and type sudo apt-get update and then upgrade. Hit enter, and it requires our password, so give the password and hit enter, and this will update and upgrade all the dependencies and everything. So this is a newly installed Linux machine, and the first thing you should do after opening your terminal, you always need to update all the repositories. So for that, you just need to type sudo apt-get update and give the password. This is very important. Every time you log in, I recommend you to do this, because in fact I also do this, because this update all the repository and all the other dependencies every single time. So make sure you are always using updated tools and everything. So this is the first thing, and you should do this always after you log in for the first time after installing Kali Linux. So just type sudo dpkg dash dash configure dash a, and this will just clear everything. If you have any kind of mispackage or anything, then you can just upgrade your Linux machine. For that, sudo apt-get upgrade, hit enter, and this will upgrade everything. Okay, now the next thing is this Z shell, which is default in 2021 4. So for example, if I type anything and hit enter, if you see, this is a Z shell, and Z shell don't take all the commands like bash shell, and I know many of you get into trouble because of this. In fact, one of the subscriber pinged me because of this. So you can just do simple thing. You can just type here bash and hit enter. Now this looks actually similar because the look and feel is actually same, but if I show you anything, I will type and hit enter, if you see, now this is running as bash. Now if you don't like Z shell, for example this Z shell, and if you want your bash shell to be default, for that you just need to type a very simple command like sudo, sorry I gave us chsh dash s space bean dash bash. Okay, this command only, and give the password. Okay, now it's done. Now you need to restart your the system, and this will set as a default. For example, if I show you if I show you, this is a bash shell right now running. I just configured few moments back, so this is as default. Okay, now if you're using Kali, I know you will browse many things, and one of the best way to browse anything anonymously is Tor. So we'll install Tor in this. For that, simply type sudo apt-get install Tor. Hit enter, and this will install Tor browser. Hit enter yes. So okay, now the Tor browser is installing. Let's wait for it. Okay, so we are done right now. So if I hit Tor over here, see the Tor browser is running. It's in 14%, 25%, 30%. Okay, 40%. Now when it's done over here, now if I go here and browse anything from here, the traffic will be bounced from Tor. Now the last but not the least is root access. I know if you're not a pro in Linux and with terminal everything, then many things is very difficult for you to set up because you don't have the permission to do because you are not root, and you also can't change many things outside your terminals. So we have to create a root user for this. First, let me go and show you that if I switch user and I try to log in with the root, then it will not work actually. For example, I'm giving root, sorry, root. I'm giving the password which I used to give its root, and if you see, it will not let me log in. So let me again log in as a user. Now after you logged in as a user, just simply type sudo pass wd and root. Hit enter and give a new password, retry password. Hit enter and password is successfully saved. Now if I switch from here, and from here if I type root and give the password, hit enter, if you see, I'm logged in as a root right now. So I logged in as a root. Let me show you. If I open the terminal, you can see I'm always root. Okay, so these are the 5 things I will recommend you to do, but there is no limit to it. You can customize your machine according to your need. So that's it for this video, guys. I know if you're a beginner in Linux, then many a times you are scared of the commands in terminal. So today in this video, we are going to learn the basics of Linux. Now, if you're not a beginner in Linux, then this video is not for you. This video is only for the beginners who are scared of the commands in terminal and don't understand why we are giving such kind of commands or what does those command means. So other than further talking, let's get into your computer. So finally, we are in our Linux machine, and if you see over here, we have some of the application. So these are favorite application, like whichever we want to keep it in keep it over here to access very frequently. And these are all applications which you will get inbuilt, most of them. And okay, so if you see here you have place like it's just like my computer kind of things to open and any folder, anything over here from here actually. Close it. Now over here you have applications. So from here you can see these are categorized in different forms, like web vulnerability analysis, database analysis, password attack, wireless attack. Like if you want to try to hacking Wi-Fi, you will require this set of tools, and sniffing, social reverse engineering, social engineering, many things actually. So I'll not get into all these things into this video. So this over here, it's called terminal, where we fire up commands, and many people scared of these, and don't understand what kind of command is this actually. So okay, let me just maximize this. So let me maximize this so that you can see properly from here. Okay, so now this actually looks better. So the first command which I'm going to show you is uname, and uname is actually tells you what kind of interface you are using right now. Like, I know you know your operating system, but imagine this, that if you hack into something through a server or something like that, or in someone's computer, then you should know that what kind of operating system they are using and other things. Okay, so I'm just giving a rough example. Okay, now the next command is again uname dash r, and sorry, if I hit enter, if you see, it's showing me the version like Kali Linux, which version 64-bit operating system. This is telling us more details, giving us more details. So here dash r means recursive, so recursive will give you much more details. Then again uname dash a, and hit enter on that, and if you see, this is gonna give you so much details like SMP is Debian, which version, and everything. So a here dash a means all. Now, I know if you're a beginner and you try to fire up commands in Linux in terminal by watching some videos or by reading a post or any kind of thing, reading a book, then I know sometimes you don't remember what command you gave actually previously. And for example, if you are watching my video and trying the same thing in your machine, and later on you again need that thing and you forgot the command, so then you have to open my video and watch it again. So there is a very simple trick. So if just type history and hit enter, so over here if you see, you'll get all the old commands whatever you gave. Okay, so you can just check it out from here only. Like, don't need to open any videos or find the exact post, or open the book from which you are reading, etc. So now the if you see, this terminal is filled right now, and it looks messy. So if you want to clear it, just hit clear and hit enter. So this will clear up the terminal again for you. Now, many a times you need to know your IP addresses to give it to any kind of scripts or any kind of thing you are making, or open the localhost of that exact machine to a different machine. So how you can find the IP address? It's very simple. Just type if config and hit enter on that. So if you see over here, we got this IP address 192.168.0.108. Now, if you don't see IP address like this, and if you see something like 10.0.25 or something like that, this kind of 10.22 means this kind of IP address, that means your adapter is not bridged. That means your this machine, this Linux machine, or whatever the machine you are using, virtual machine, is not communicating with the other machine and with your host. That means here over here I'm running a Kali Linux virtual machine, and if I open a different Windows virtual machine, then this two will not interact with themselves. So very simply, you can just go over here to devices and network, and go to network setting and change the setting. And if I click over here, if you see, actually right now this is bridged. So if you get this NAT, then you can change it to bridge, and this will fix this issue. If you see here over here, you will get the IP address from here. Now there is another way to find IP address, that is IP space ADDR, short form of IP address, and hit enter on that. And if you see, we are getting the same kind of things, but this is giving us a lot more information, like what kind of network is using and many things. If you have a Wi-Fi adapter or Wi-Fi connection over here, then it would have given you the information on that also. So this is how you can find your IP addresses and everything. So let's clear again. So now we are going to start with the directory. So if we type cd, the cd means the full form of cd is catch directory. So basically this command is telling the Linux to catch that directory or the folder. So if we type cd, then downloads, if we hit enter, then if you see we got inside the download directory, download folder. So basically that means if you want to go inside a folder, we need to type cd. So this will take us into that folder. Now if you want to come back, there are actually two ways to come back. One is if I type cd and space then dot dot and hit enter, this will take us back, and this will take us one step back. Okay, if we want to go one step back, and for example, if we again go to downloads, and from here we go into another folder in download. So if we want to go back one step, then we can type cd dot dot, hit enter, we went back one step over here. But again, if we go inside that, and I want to go all the way back uh, uh, to the beginnings, then we can type cd space dash dash. That time we are typing dot dot, this time we are typing dash dash, and hit enter, and this will take you all the way back to the main root. So we learned how to get inside a folder and also how to get back from there. And now let's see how we can see all the files or all the other things which are there inside that folder, or any folder. So for that, very simple command, guys, just hit ls and hit enter. This will show you all the things which are there inside that directory where we are right now. So the full form of ls is list. That's it, list. So that's why ls, and this is gonna list all the folders and all the files you have in that folder. So again, let me clear it for you. Sorry. Okay, so again, if I hit ls, hit enter, if you see we are getting all these things. Now from then for example, we want to go to downloads. So if I type cd download, hit enter, and if I type ls again, then if you see we got another bunch of information, and this is very different. So all these files and all these things are inside this download folder. Now let's clear it again. Now we learned ls, what is ls, but there are much more commands which comes with ls actually. So if I type ls dash l, then this will give you much more information. Like, let me full screen this. So if you see the same file, same folder, same information, but it gives you much more details, like when the creator a folder is created or a file is created, with time, and what kind of permission this files have. And uh, about the permission, I'll come back to this at the end of the video, and I'll teach you later. So let's just again go back and clear this. Now, actually, there are many more commands which comes with ls, as I told you. And if you want to see and know all the other commands, then you can simply open your manual, open the manual in Linux. Yes, guys, Linux have manual for everything. You just need to type man, the short form of manual. And if you want to open the command of ls, then type ls, hit enter, and this is gonna open all the commands which comes with ls actually, which you can give, and all the other things. Like if you see, it's ls commands, list of ls commands, and many things. Okay, now over here, if you see, press h for help. So if I press h, then it's gonna open much more information and much more things. And press q to quit. So I'll just quit, so you know now how to open this and how to read it, right? So if I press q, and I'll exit from there. Now, one more command I will like you to show, that is pwd, and hit enter. This is gonna do nothing actually. This is just to show you where are you right now. I know you can see it from here, like you are in download folder, and other things. But imagine like this, that you are inside someone's phone through any kind of vulnerability. You get inside a phone and right, or phone or computer, and you don't know where are you right now. So that time we hit pwd to see the actual location, like where we are right now, and then we can go back or go further from there and do other kind of things. So let's clear this right now. So let me go back from here. Enter, like let's go to documents. Yeah, documents. And if I type ls, we only have one file over here right now. So let me open the documents folder from here. Yeah. So if you see, we just have one file and we don't have any other file. So let's create a file. For that, simply we need to type touch. Yes, guys, just touch. UCH space and the name of the file, for example, test, and hit enter. And if you see, a file is created. Okay. And one more thing, there is something that you can also create test.txt. If you want to create txt file, test.txt and hit enter. And if you see, one more file is created. One comes with only test and one comes with test.txt. And in Linux, this dot extension like .txt or any kind of extension also matters. Okay, you need to be specific, exact. Now, okay, so let's delete one of these right now. So how we can delete this? We can delete like this, obviously, but pro Linux users don't use this kind of things. So very simple command to remove means delete this. So just type rm and the name of the file test.txt. Now what is rm? Rm means remove, right? Short form, just the short form rm means remove. And hit, if I hit enter, and if you see, that file is deleted. Okay, so we learned how to create a file, how to remove it. But what if we want to open this and edit it? So for that, type nano and the name of the file, hit enter. And if you see something opened, and if I type, hey everyone, anything, okay, for example, control X to save it. Yes, I want to save it. Y, yeah, test. Okay. Now, if I come here and open this, if you see, it's written, hey everyone. Okay. So, so this is how we can edit files. Or you, other than nano, you can also use mousepad. Mousepad is the application. This is the application name actually. That's it. So we learned how to create file, how to remove, how to delete it, how to edit it, save it, everything. Then how we can create a folder, like create a directory. For that also, very simple command. It is mkdir. Okay, now let me explain what is mkdir. MK is make. MK is for make, and dir directory, like a folder. So make directory. Make directory, anything you can, then you have to specify the name, what name you want to give to that folder. For example, I want to give my name and hit enter. And if you see, a folder has been created with my name. Okay, then you can just create a second one actually and hit enter. If you see, uneven 2 is also created over here. Great. Now, for example, we don't need uneven 2. Uneven is more than enough. Yeah. Okay. So how we can remove the number 2? And yeah, actually your logic is right, but only rm will not do this time, because rm means remove. Now remove what? Rm dir, remove directory. Okay, then the name of the file, anirban2, and hit enter. And this is gonna delete the file we created. So we learned all this. Now let's see how we can copy paste the files, and or we can move the files actually, just like we do in Windows. So very simple, guys. If you want to move it, simple type mb is for move, and now the folder or file name which you want to move, and then the directory wherever you want to move. For example, slash, and it's like in my home, then it's haggard, and then for example going to documents, and then it's Anirban. Yeah, Anirban, and hit enter. So if you see, the file has vanished and it went inside this directory. So we learned how to move it. Now how we can copy it? Just like before, firstly we need to go inside Anirban actually. So, or we can just do it in a different way. So let me show you. If I go inside Anirban, then if I hit ls, there's the test file over here. So you can just type copy test, and now again cp is copy. Okay, cp is copy, and again we are going to specify the file path actually, home haggard, and documents, and okay, yeah, it was in documents, right? Yeah, so it's done. So if I go back right now, if you see, again we have the test file over here. So now we are going to move into different thing. So let me first hit clear. Let's go back all the way. Yeah, let's clear it again. So there is something, this sign is called tilde sign. Yes guys, tilde. Okay, if you don't know the sign name right now, you know what sign it is. This sign is called tilde sign, and there is the meaning of this sign, guys. So if I'm in my root directory right now, let me close this. So for example, if I open a folder from here, if you see, I just came into this directory only. I didn't went to desktop or documents or any other downloads directory. Similarly, whenever we'll open our terminal, we'll always start with this place only, like home, where from wherever the file manager has opened. So if I hit ls, and if you see, we got those informations only, whatever we saw over there. Now the thing is, if we hit cd dot dot, then you see the sign has changed. So, and right now we are inside home folder, and this is actually a root folder. Okay, now actually right now I'm not using as root, so I need to type one more cd. Yeah, right now if I hit ls, if you see, we got so many other information like boot, libraries, and many things. So we can consider this as a system32 folder in Windows. So whenever you are seeing this slash sign, that means you are in the root folder, root directory. And this tilde sign, that means user directory. That means you are in user folder. So if I open a new terminal from here, if you see, we are always in the, it will show you tilde sign. That means we are always start with user. Okay. And it's better not to damage this kind of files. These are very important files actually, but you should know where this is actually located. Okay, right now you know the difference between this tilde and slash sign. So let's clear this. So now we are going to move into a very important topic actually. So let's move into documents right here. Over here we have this test file. So now we will move into permissions. So now you need to see and read the permissions. So for that you can type ls dash l, as I showed you earlier. And if I for example give the name of a file and hit enter, this is gonna show us exactly what kind of permission this particular file has. And so what is this? We have RW, R, and R permission. So what are these actually? So let me open a notepad and explain you this. Okay, so yeah. So basically there are three types of users, and the first one and the most important one is admin. admin. The second one is group. It can be your group. And the third one is public. Okay, so this is how the permissions are divided. So if you see over here also, you have the first one, the second one, and the third one. So what is RWR actually? So let's see that. So the first one is execute permission. So the first one is execute permission. Now the second one is write permission, and the third one, the last one is read permission. So these three are the permissions which we can give to any kind of user. These are users, okay? These are the users, admin user, group user, or public user. So, and these are the permission. What kind of permission we want to give to these users? So these permissions are denoted with a number. So the executable permissions number is 1 actually. Then the write permissions number is 2, and read is denoted and is 4. Now don't ask me why 3 is not there. I don't know. Anyway, so this is how the permission is divided: 1, 2, and 4. Now the interesting fact is that 1 plus 2 plus 4 equals 7. So yeah, 7 means that you have the full permission. Now let's see how we can change the permission. So over here admin has RW permission. So that means read and write. So let's go to admin and give RW. Okay. Let's first write down the permissions which they have. Then the group has only read permission. So group is only read, and public also have only read permission. So yeah. So yeah. Okay. So this is the permission. So for now we want to change the permission. So for example, we want to give admin the executable permission. So I'll type X over here. Okay. And for group it's like read and write, and for public it's only read. So how we can give the permission? If I type chmod plus x and the file name and hit enter, then this will give the full permission, full executable permission to all these users. Okay, but we don't want that. We want to specify the specific permission to those users. So how we can specify that? So from here, now we'll write down the numbers. So for executable is 1. So yeah, we'll give 1 plus. Then we have read permission, so it's 2, then 2 plus, and then the read permission it's 4. So we'll hit 4. Sorry, 4 equals, and this is 7. Okay, very good. Now for group we want read and write permission, and over here it only has read permission. So to give read and write permission, we'll so select, see the number, read. For read we have 4 plus, and for write we have 2. So equals 6. Okay, and for public it's only read permission. So I'll select the read permission over here. So only 4, so equals 4. So 764, this is the number. And for example, if I type chmod 764, the exact same number, and give the file name test and hit enter, now the permission has changed. So let me show you. If I again type the same command and hit enter, if you see, right now we have the admin has read, write, and executable permission. The group has read and write permission, and the public has only the read permission. So this is how we give permissions to different user. And I guess you saw this 777. This number actually means the permission to all of them, and in the full capacity, like for the full permission. So these are the basic commands for beginners to use daily. So that's it for this video, guys. If you are watching this video, that means you also have Wi-Fi problem in your Kali Linux or any kind of Linux machine. So today in this video, we are going to fix that problem permanently. So watch this video till the end. Now there are many videos available on YouTube which says Wi-Fi solution or Wi-Fi not working for Linux or Kali Linux or anything. And in that video, they shows installation of something which is called Compact Wireless. And after installing that, it shows you Wi-Fi symbols, WLAN interface, and all chipsets and everything. But ultimately, that don't scan Wi-Fi near you. And why that happens? You need to understand this, that is just a software, guys. That's not any physical hardware. It's just a software. So it will not do anything. Now, Kali Linux or any kind of Linux machine don't support any random Wi-Fi adapters. It support only few kind of adapters which have a specific kind of chipsets. And if you want to do hacking like wireless hacking, Wi-Fi hacking or anything, then you need those kind of adapters. And making those Wi-Fi chipset adapters are quite costly. So your inbuilt Wi-Fi adapters of your laptop will not work with Linux. And if you want to start hacking, Wi-Fi hacking or anything, then you need a Wi-Fi adapter which supports monitor mode, packet injection and AP mode. These three things are must. So I use this Wi-Fi adapter which is from TP-Link, and I also have this Wi-Fi adapter over here. This too supports monitor mode and packet injection, and I also use one Wi-Fi adapters from Alpha, which right now I don't have it with me because one of my friend borrowed it from me a few days back. Once you have this kind of adapters, then you can connect with your Linux machine and access the Wi-Fi. So let's get into your computer and see how we can connect this Wi-Fi adapters with our Linux. So this is one of my Kali Linux virtual machine, and I'm running this on a VirtualBox. Okay, so first let me come here, and if you see here, if I click over here, you can see it's a wired connection. That means it don't have any Wi-Fi. So still, let me show you from here. Let me open the terminal. Okay, so if I type ifconfig, and if you see, it only has Ethernet 0 and allow, so we don't have any Wi-Fi. If I type iw config, then still you can see we only have this two. We don't have any Wi-Fi connections right now. So now I'm gonna plug in this Wi-Fi adapter over here. So I'm just plugging it in. Okay, I just plugged in. Let's wait for it. Okay, after plugging it in, go to devices. If you are using VirtualBox, go to devices and go to USB, and over here it will show you all the USBs you have. And if you see, this is my Wi-Fi adapter. Okay, so if I again remove it, unplug it, this time again if I go to devices, and this time if you see, I don't have that option over here. So still again I'm gonna reconnect it. So you can hear a sound, I guess. Again I'm going to USB, and again I got the option. So this is my Wi-Fi adapter. So once I click on it, it's gonna connect my Wi-Fi adapter with this virtual machine. So now this time if I click over here, okay, it's still connecting with it. Okay, now if you see, we got the Wi-Fi network and everything. Now it's gonna scan for Wi-Fi here. If you see, it's detecting Wi-Fi. This is my Wi-Fi I got, and this is, I don't know whose Wi-Fi it is. So it's now detecting the Wi-Fi's. Okay. Again, if I type iw-config, this time you see we got WLAN 0 over here, a Wi-Fi interface, and if I type again iw-config, you'll be able to see all the details of this WLAN 0, that what is the access point, which mode it is in manage mode. So this is how we can do it. It's pretty simple. Now if you're using VMware, let me start my VMware machine from here. So this is my virtual machine of VMware. Now this one and this is the VirtualBox one. So now this thing has the Wi-Fi interface, but over here I don't have Wi-Fi interface. Again, if I show you if config iw config, it don't have any Wi-Fi interface. So what you need to do, you need to come to this VM and go to removable devices over here, and over here you will be able to see all the all the USB adapters or USB interface, like my webcam and everything is showing over here. So this is Ralink. Now this is actually using with VirtualBox, so that is why it's showing VirtualBox over here. So if I connect it and disconnect from host, and it's gonna pop up. Okay, I hit okay. Then my Wi-Fi adapter will be disconnected from those devices and will be connected with this one. So now if I click over here, if you see, I got the Wi-Fi interface over here and it's scanning the Wi-Fi again. Okay, so this is how we can fix the Wi-Fi problem in Kali Linux or any kind of Linux. Now the big question is how you will identify those adapters which support with Kali Linux or Linux. So I provided the link in the description, and over there whatever the Wi-Fi adapters you will see that will fulfill all the requirements whatever I said, from monitor mode, packet injection, AP mode, and also support with Kali Linux. So buy it from there if you need it. Now don't close the video, guys. One second, don't close the video. Now there is one thing I want to tell you, is that there is another way to use Wi-Fi in your Linux, and that will also use your internal Wi-Fi interface only. You don't need to buy this kind of adapters. But there is also a disadvantage to it. So you can do this by using a live OS. So you need to boot your computer or PC or your laptop with your live USB, and during that time your Kali Linux or your Linux machine will use the internal Wi-Fi interface. But the problem is you can only use that for the Wi-Fi connection only, like to access internet. You cannot do any kind of hacking, Wi-Fi hacking or any kind of stuff. And by the way, if you want to learn Wi-Fi hacking, then check out my Wi-Fi hacking playlist over here. So that's it for this video, guys. I hope it helped you. So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Lot of you have issues with Wi-Fi adapters when it comes to using it with Kali Linux, and you don't know if it supports monitor mode, packet injection or AP mode or not. So today in this video we are going to see how to test your Wi-Fi adapters if it supports all this mode or not. Now today in this video we are going to see how to test our Wi-Fi adapters if it supports monitor mode, packet injection and AP mode or not. And all these modes are quite important for any ethical hacker or a penetration tester, because monitor mode helps us to monitor a particular Wi-Fi network. Packet injection helps us to inject a packet or inject some type of information in the Wi-Fi, which basically helps us to do MITM attack, different kind of spoofing and etc etc. And AP mode helps us to create a hotspot, just like we do the phone. We can create a hotspot from our laptop or computer, and in some cases hackers do create a fake Wi-Fi, fake hotspot with the same name, which basically confuse the user or the victim and force him to connect with the fake Wi-Fi, and basically they will hack him. That's simple. So as an ethical hacker and penetration tester, the Wi-Fi adapter you have, it must support all these three modes. So if you have a Wi-Fi adapter, so let's check if those Wi-Fi adapters supports this mode or not. So over here I have a newly installed Kali Linux. Now the first step is to plug in the Wi-Fi adapter. So I'm gonna plug it in over here. Okay. So after we plug in, we need to connect our Wi-Fi adapter to this virtual machine over here. So I'll go over here, and from here I'll just select my Wi-Fi adapter. Yeah. Now let's wait for it to connect with the VirtualBox. So now as you see, the Wi-Fi adapter has been connected and it's detecting Wi-Fi. So first I'll just open the terminal, and let me show you the Wi-Fi interface. So for that I'll type iw config. So over here, the WLAN 0 is my Wi-Fi adapter, and we can see some other informations. Now there is a very important information which is mode, and over here it has been written it is manage mode. It is so the Wi-Fi adapter is in manage mode. So let's put this into monitor mode. So for that I will type sudo airmon-ng start and the name of the Wi-Fi interface WLAN 0. Okay, and hit enter on that. Just provide the password. So that's it. So if you see over your monitor mode is enabled, so that means our Wi-Fi adapter supports monitor mode. So just to confirm, I'll again type iwconfig and hit enter. Now this time if you see in the mode it's written monitor, but beforehand it was written it was managed. Okay, so now it can be confirmed that this supports monitor mode. Now let's clear the screen. Now let's check for if this Wi-Fi adapter supports packet injection or not. So for that I'll type air display -ng, and in air display ng we have a module named test, so we are going to use this one over here. So I'll again type air display ng. I'll provide a sudo, okay, and dash test, then the name of the Wi-Fi interface WLAN 0 and hit enter. So it's trying to broadcast. Now if you see it says that injection is working, so that means it also support with a packet injection. Now last but not the least, we are going to test if it supports AP mode or not. So let's clear the screen first. Now over here I'll just simply type iw list space and the pi symbol, then space grep and AP in all caps and $sign and hit enter. Now if you don't get any information over here, that means your Wi-Fi adapter don't supports AP mode. And if you get any reply over here, it will say AP. Okay, it will basically say AP and a star sign. Okay, so if you get that reply, so that means that your Wi-Fi adapter supports AP mode also. So that's it for this video guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on the bell notification. Subscribe for more videos like this.